Respected Dr. Father Ravi Kananchira, Semi Director, Chavara Cultural Center, Delhi. Thank you for inviting me to participate for role of art and culture in promoting peace and harmony based on Zoroastrians. I am happy to be talking today about the concept of peace and harmony and coexistence from a Parsi Zoroastrian perspective. Since the Parsi Zoroastrians are a minuscule community and many may not know about its existence, let me tell you about Zoroastrians. The Parsi Zoroastrians are the followers of the Bronze Age prophet Zoroaster of Iran. He preached his message of one true God called Aura Mazda, Lord of Light and Wisdom, around 3005 years ago, approximately around 1600 BC, in the ancient Iranian empires, which is today part of Iran, culture, Asia and Afghanistan. His word and preaching have come down to us through his 5 gathas divided into 17 hymns. All his other words have been lost to history. Why is Zoroaster important in world history? He is the first recorded individual to articulate the message of one true God. Although this is an ancient faith, it has a modern message. It taught the law of Asha, cosmic harmony, not just for human beings, but for every aspect of creation. Every being must be treated with justice, for justice alone ensures harmony and peace. Harmony and peace can be possible when there is no exploitation not only of humans but also of plants, animals, minerals, water, of ravens and nurturing of all good creations of God. At a time when we are facing the grave threat of environmental degradation and its dire threat to the survival of humankind and our planet, this message was given 3000 years ago. How prophetic these teachings have proved. Thus, Zoroastrianism is referred to as a religion of ecology. At the heart of Zoroastrianism lies the doctrine of interdependence and unity of man and creation, and the faith places great responsibility on man. In his action, in his salvation, the defeat of evil and the renewal of the good world can only come about through the conscious choice and efforts of each individual to preserve and protect the earth. It is a religion of action, and stresses the fact that mere meditation on spiritual problem is insufficient. The spiritual battle is not to be fought in cloister retirement but in struggles and sufferings of everyday experience. Since it is on action that the teachings put great emphasis, I would like to move to this aspect to show how lofty principles get translated into action in real life, leading the Parsis' contribution to genuine human peace and harmony and make coexistence with peoples of different faiths rich and meaningful in India. The Parsis sought refuge in India some 1400 years ago and settled on the west coast. For about 1000 years they survived as agriculturists, craftsmen, adapted to their Hindu neighbors, adopted their language, Gujarati and customs. We find many Hindu rituals and customs being followed by the Parsis, adopted their dress and lived peacefully in their midst. Perhaps the prevailing caste system made the Parsis become like a separate caste group, making them not convert others into their faith or get converted into theirs. Thus, while social interaction were cordial, the Parsis retained their religions, social and cultural identity as a distinct group. So, wherever the British went, the Parsis followed. Jobs in railways, supplies to British military contingents, jobs with British companies, for example, Singer Sewing Company. Since Parsis were hard-working as well as adventurous, the community prospered and many families became wealthy. They also made great wealth in trading with China, but that is another story. These rich Sethias of the community grew in numbers, but what interests us here is what they did with their wealth. Charity and philanthropy are highly stressed in Zoroastrianism. However, as a German scholar who researched on the Parsi showed, Parsi charity was of a different kind. For example, he said that when a rich Hindu Setia passes away, the family will build a temple and feed the poor and priests in his village. But Parsi charity, by contrast, calls developmental philanthropy. Parsi Setias gave funds to set up educational institutes, schools, colleges, hospitals, libraries, art galleries. For example, this Tata Memorial Hospital, JJ Hospital, etc., which were for all communities. What better way to spread human peace and harmony? The most striking example of the developmental philanthropy of contributing to the welfare of all irrespective of class, caste, community was Jamshedji Tata. What was also an innovation in those days, 200 or so years ago, was his enlightened manner of treating all his employees in Jamshedpur named Tata Nagar. The idea of pension, medical support, just treatment to all was introduced much before it had even taken root in the industrialized West. The city of Tata Nagar was built with wide roads, gardens, parks, play areas, beautiful greenery, so that all workers would enjoy a healthy life. This was done for the good, not only for self or for the Parsi community alone, but for all who live together in this great Indian nation. In this human peace and harmony and coexistence, perhaps the Zoroastrians were paying back to the people of this nation who welcomed the 1400 years ago and given them the opportunity to thrive and prosper